Okay, the last Supreme Court case for Unit 3, Brown versus Board of Education. You're probably familiar with this from U.S. history. And a really, really far reaching case happened in Topeka, Kansas. You would think that like a case dealing with segregation would be in the deep South, like in an Alabama or Mississippi or something like that. But no, actually, Topeka, Kansas is the place where we're going to have this far reaching and very, very important civil rights case that ends up leading to the modern civil rights movement and then the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. So let's see what happens in Brown versus Board. Of course, it's about schools segregated by race. You probably realize that. That's awesome. Prior knowledge is a good thing. So schools segregated by race. Go ahead and pause it if you need to. The key clause is the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Remember, the 14th Amendment was passed in the wake of the Civil War, and it was meant to protect the rights of recently freedmen or former slaves. And the states were passing laws that discriminated against freedmen in the South. And so this was to protect them. And of course, for nearly 100 years, it wasn't really enforced. All right, here we go. So the facts of the case: Oliver Brown, the man you see here in the picture, and his daughter, he tried to enroll this woman, this girl, Linda, in an all-white school that was just like a block or two from his house. So it was very close to his house. He tries to enroll her. The school says no, and he then has to go somewhere else. Matter of fact, he is forced. Linda was forced to be bused to an all-black school that was far away. Linda was forced to be bused to an all-black school that was far away. So Brown, obviously not happy about this, goes ahead and sues. And I know it's kind of my video's blocking that, but he sues that it's a violation of equal protection. Oliver sues that it's a violation of equal protection. That's the word that's missing, violation. And there have been other cases similar to this in the early 1900s. The NAACP had sued in several cases like this. And each time, separate but equal from Plessy v. Ferguson actually won. So they're challenging again in 1954. All right, if you've got a pause, go ahead. The key question: is school segregation based on race a violation of equal protection? And by the way, here's another picture of the Brown family and the little girl, Linda, in the middle. So is school segregation based on race a violation of equal protection? Pause if you need to. And it was 9-0 for Brown. It was a unanimous decision. And Chief Justice Warren felt like it was really important that the court be united in such a important decision. And so there was no dissent, by the way. You could just mark that part off. And what did they say? Well, they said that separate but equal facilities are inherently unequal. So therefore, it is a violation of the Equal Protection Clause. This violates equal protection. And then lastly, the decision actually, some of it relied on social science rather than court precedent, just because there was not a lot of court precedent here. And so one of the things that was also said was that segregation creates a sense of inferiority among Black children. So segregation created a sense of inferiority against in Black children, and therefore that made it a violation of equal protection, and it was inherently unequal. All right, great. And so there's no dissent in this case because it was a 9-0 decision. And go ahead and do your practices. Thanks.